Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into something that's, well, it's more than just health. It's a huge economic deal.
Absolutely. We're talking sanitation.
Sanitation, yeah. And get this, here's a fact that really stuck me in my tracks. Every dollar you put into sanitation, it can bring back a reported 9 times return.
9 times.
Think about that. That beats education, which is about 6 times, and water, which is 3 times. It just immediately shows you this is serious business.
It really does. And it's not just theory, right? We see this return in lots of studies. It has these deep socioeconomic benefits that go way beyond just, immediate health.
It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly. A foundational investment.
So let's dive in. We're looking at a big piece of research today, covered 46 countries in Sub-Saharan Africa. And our mission really is to unpack what makes sanitation work. What are the real drivers? Find those surprising factors, figure out why some places surge ahead and, well, others lag behind.
Yeah, give you that shortcut to understanding this really complex picture.
Okay, so setting the scene a bit. Remember the Millennium Development Goals, the MDGs?
Sure do. The sanitation target.
Right. The idea was to have the proportion of people without basic sanitation by 2015.
And, well, the progress was patchy. Some countries did make amazing strides.
But overall, for Sub-Saharan Africa,
it was tough. By 2015, about half the region still didn't have basic sanitation. The target was 62% coverage, but the region only hit around 30%.
Wow, only 30% towards that 62% goal.
Yeah, and that huge difference, that divergence in how countries did, that's really why we need to dig into why. What made the difference?
That divergence is key, isn't it? Because the research shows it wasn't the same story everywhere. You had places like Mozambique, Mauritania, Rwanda, Uganda. They really moved forward.
Significant progress, yeah.
But then you look at, say, the DRC, Chad, Ghana, much less progress. Some even slipped back a bit.
Right, and that just screams out, what's going on underneath.
So what did the study find? What were those underlying factors?
Well, this is where it gets interesting because it wasn't just about, say, how rich a country was. It's multidimensional.
Okay.
So economically, yes, GDP per capita, average income, that's a strong factor. Generally, higher income means better sanitation success. No huge surprise there.
Right.
But the research also pointed to foreign direct investment, FDI. It seemed particularly important in Southern and East Africa.
So FDI wasn't equally important everywhere, more impactful regionally.
Seems like it, yeah. It suggests certain kinds of investment might have a bigger punch in specific contexts.
Interesting. What about other money flows, like aid ODA or just government spending?
Okay, so ODA, official development assistance,
Yeah.
The results there were a bit mixed,
Yes, mixed how?
Well, it can help, obviously. But the research warns it can also lead to dependency if it's not managed well. Some studies suggest it hasn't always been the magic bullet people hoped for in SSA sanitation.
Okay. Dependency is a risk.
A real risk? But public spending, that's different, especially when it's linked to political stability and good governance. That kept coming up as really crucial.
So it's not just having the funds.
No, it's about the stability and, frankly, the integrity of the system that the money flows into.
That makes perfect sense. And it leads us right into that next piece. Politics and governance. Political stability was a big one in the study, wasn't it?
Hugely significant predictor. Countries that were more stable just consistently did better on sanitation.
And it wasn't just stability, but the quality of governance, too.
Absolutely crucial. Things like rule of law, keeping corruption in check, government actually being effective. That creates the environment you need.
An environment where things actually get done.
Exactly. Where knowledge works, policies stick, resources go where they're supposed to, you need that solid foundation.
Okay, this next point, honestly, this really made me sit up. Human capital. Infrastructure.
Yeah.
The study says education was the single most significant predictor of sanitation success.
Yeah, it's quite striking.
Why? Why is education so powerful here? It seems almost indirect.
Well, think about it. Education helps create demand. People understand the health benefits better. They know how to use facilities properly. They grasp the importance of hygiene.
So it drives the want for better sanitation and the know-how.
Exactly. That deeper understanding. It means people are more likely to actually embrace sanitation solutions. It empowers them. It's not just a nice-to-have social good. It's practical.
It empowers informed choices.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Now, sticking with infrastructure, what about urbanization? Moving people to cities, does that automatically help?
It's part of the picture. Urban areas generally do have better sanitation access than rural areas. That's clear.
But
The research points out big problems remain. especially in urban slums.
Yeah.
Core infrastructure just can't keep up.
So density alone isn't the answer.
No, it's about the quality of the infrastructure supporting that density and making sure everyone can actually access it. Equity matters.
Quality infrastructure, does that connect to other basic services, like clean water?
Oh, absolutely. Access to improved water sources. Another strong positive link.
So they go together.
Very much so. It really suggests that working on water access helps sanitation success, and probably vice versa. You can't really tackle them in isolation.
They reinforce each other.
Right. It points to needing integrated strategies. These aren't separate boxes.
Got it. So we've covered economics, governance, education, water. Were there other layers the research mentioned? Maybe not top predictors, but still important.
Yeah, a few other critical things. Strong political will came up.
Mm-hmm.
You need leaders committed to this.
And the institutions to back it up.
Robust institutional capacity, definitely. Being able to plan, implement, manage programs effectively. Then there's the tech side, using appropriate technologies. What works in a dense city might not work in a low-density rural area.
Right. Context matters for the hardware, too.
Hugely. And finally, just keeping things running. Operation and maintenance, O&M. It sounds basic, but it's vital for sustainability. You build something, you have to keep it working.
Can't forget the upkeep. That makes sense. Oh, what about inequality? Like the GNI index, did that play a big role?
It's interesting the paper discussed it, but in their final statistical model, income inequality, the GNI index, actually wasn't found to be a statistically significant predictor.
Really? So in this specific analysis, it didn't show a strong, reliable link to sanitation outcomes.
Not in a way that consistently predicted success or failure according to their model, no, which is notable.
Okay, good to clarify. Now, beyond looking at individual factors, the study did something else interesting. It grouped countries together. Cluster analysis.
Yes, exactly. They grouped countries based on shared characteristics and how they did on sanitation. It gave a different kind of overview. 4 clusters came out.
And what did that show?
Well, Cluster 1, for example, generally had low success across the board. And you can see why: low GDP, low education, weaker governance. Kind of what you might expect.
Okay, the low performers. But wasn't there a cluster that was really surprising, kind of defied expectations?
Yes. Cluster 4. That one was fascinating.
Why? What was different about them?
These were countries that achieved high sanitation success. But here's the kicker. They had lower GDP, lower FDI, and lower ODA compared to some of the other successful clusters.
Wait, so less money, less aid, but still high success. How?
Their secret sauce seemed to be high levels of education, high urbanization, good political stability, and good access to improved water.
Wow.
It's a powerful finding, right? It shows that developing human capital, getting governance right, they can really drive success, even if you don't have the biggest economy.
Human-centric factors can overcome resource limits, in a way.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
That's a massive takeaway. Okay, let's try and pull this all together. For you listening, what are the really key messages here?
Okay, first big one. Sanitation success is complex, it's multidimensional, there's no single silver bullet. You need a holistic approach.
No easy fixes. Got it.
Second, education. It really stands out as pivotal. It drives demand, drives understanding. It's more than just good for society. It's a practical tool for development.
A foundational lever, you called it.
Exactly. Third, governance. You just can't overstate it. Political will, stable institutions, effective management, they're non-negotiable for making progress stick and using resources well.
The backbone.
The backbone, yes. Fourth, integrated solutions. Remember the water connection. You have to link sanitation efforts with water access, with broader development plans. They boost each other.
Don't treat them in silos.
Please don't. And finally, fifth, context matters hugely. Solutions have to be tailored. What works in a city slum is different from a remote rural village. Recognize the diversity within SSA.
One size definitely does not fit all.
Well, not even close.
This whole discussion really shifts how you think about development, doesn't it? Especially that education piece. It leaves me with this thought. Given how surprisingly critical education is for something as fundamental as sanitation, maybe focusing on literacy, on critical thinking skills, maybe that's one of the most powerful long-term infrastructure projects we could undertake for tackling all sorts of complex global challenges, way beyond just sanitation. It makes you rethink what foundational development really looks like, doesn't it?
It really does. Investing in people as the ultimate infrastructure.